About 8 weeks after the Phyllis with Joy Women's Ministry began, there was a major problem. We, the founders, Phyllis and Joy, had a quarrel on Mother's Day of all days. We didn't speak to each other for the next 40+ days. Long story, not worth troubling you over, but it troubled us. We weren't so filled with joy during that time. It was obvious that the enemy of souls wanted to put a stop to our ministry by putting a stop to our friendship. His wicked plan was working for a while, too long of a while. And that was because I, Joy, was holding on to bitterness. My reaction to our quarrel was due to pride that I thought had long since died, but I was wrong. Not wanting to admit that I was in any way wrong in the spat situation as well, or even partly to blame for our eruption, I let my anger fester. That somehow felt better. But festering emotions are what cause eruptions. Initially, it seemed to feel good to wallow in pain and resentment. But deep down, we all know that what may feel good is sometimes actually very bad. It wasn't until one Sabbath morning, while watching a powerful video sermon on YouTube titled, "Why Forgive?" that I was finally willing to. The Lord used that soul-searching message to soften my hardening heart. The basic message was, who are we, sinful as we be, to hold a grudge against anyone when God is so willing to forgive us? The presentation included a convicting quote. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. Perhaps we've heard it, but did we heed it? When I heard it, the spiritual blinders finally came off. It was clear that the spat was a dart that had been cruelly aimed by the devil at my heart. Being then much more angry at Satan than I could ever be at Phyllis, I was determined to not let him steal a growing friendship from me, nor destroy a growing ministry. I contacted Phyllis right away and was relieved to receive a kind, receptive reply. We talked the next day for close to an hour and agreed that we are not the enemy. With joy in our hearts, we reconciled and agreed to continue the ministry so that Christ and we can have the victory. Alerted to the schemes of the enemy, we at the Phyllis with Joy Ministry are now even more than ever determined to faithfully be on a mission for Christ, setting captives free, including her and me. By God's grace, may also each of you experience what it's like to be free and in sweet victory.